this world, they are not given much importance, especially in India. In India, the status of women is really low. They are disrespected greatly by men, and by many other by many other people. Women are disrespected by everyone basically. By women women are not given as many opportunities as men, and they are not given as much as respect men are given. They are treated as lower class people, and they deserve opportunities that men get. Like for an example, in the olden times there was a marriage rule called as sati, whereas where the whenever the husband died of a female, they had to give their life to. In During Akbar's reign, he abolished sati and legalized widow remarriage, but Aurangzeb again legalized sati. But since now the world has become modern, they have started getting respect, but not as great as men are respected. They, during times of wars, they were told to be to no harm, and they should be safe, locked in their houses. They respected that part probably, but I still feel deep inside they were sad because they are not given equal opportunities, and they are treated as a completely different person. And they in small towns and villages, when girls are born, they do not get equal opportunities, and they do not serve get enough education just because of their gender. And when girls are born, it's not pretty much celebrated. It's not celebrated, and they are beaten rashly and brutally. And there are many political issues also, of course. Like for an example, Nirbhaya was a rod was inserted through her body, and no one would have imagined such a thing happened to a boy. And people don't people don't create a big issue out of when it happens to a girl, but if it happens to a boy, it will be created as a really big issue because there's a gender difference. And women have to go through many problems in life, such as dowry, and they are just made to work in the house and wash vessels and utensils and take care of children. Even after giving birth to a child, they are not given importance, and they are just treated as an object. They should their status should be their status should be increased. Their status should be increased, and they deserve much more. They should be they should they even though they get enough education, and even after being educated and creating degrees in various paths, they cannot find a job due to marriage, or their parents put pressure on them, and even in the olden times there was child marriage, and the girl had to leave her parents like really quickly, and they do not deserve that. Just because they are the opposite gender, they are not given much importance. It is said that behind behind a successful man, there's a woman's hand, and I totally agree with that. Because they are, although women do so much work, they are not appreciated, and they don't need that appreciation. They should just be given the right for speech, the right for expressing themselves, and they should express themselves more than they do. And usually when they are judged by their clothing sense, and they are not allowed to expose their skin much, unlike boys. And I don't really think that's fair. So yeah, women should be given like a lot of respect. Thank you.
For other languages like French,
आप उनको पेमेंट दे दो, क्या
Spanish,
बोलेगा आदमी को?
there are different fees.
I didn't understand. Actually, if you
15.
don't want the, I didn't understand. If you like the professor, or it will not work
Right.
out.
आई विल चेंज द प्रोफेसर ना. ठीक है बोलो.
सर हम तो भी
हाँ,
करते हैं ना रिकॉर्डिंग यहाँ से.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the SR square K production, and today my colleague Reema Pukral will come and talk with you all about her part. I'd like to call Reema Pukral. Thank you, Ms. Trisha. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reema Pukral, and as Trisha ma'am said, I'm here to talk about the SR Square K production company. So today, me and Trisha went to a stationery shop and saw the varieties of different stationery items and their quality and cost. Some of the items I searched about are pens, files, stamps, and visiting cards and certificates. We went to a shop called Anmol. In that, the pens, we saw a pen which had all colors in them, including blue, black, green, and red. The cost of this pen was rupees 75. And we saw another pen that had all colors that I just said, blue, black, green, red, and purple, which was of rupees 20. As you can see here there was purple color and the cost was low, and here there was one color less and still the cost is so high. The next pen we saw was called as Pentel. It was blue in color. Its peel was pretty smooth, and it was pretty much like a normal pen, and there was nothing fascinating in it. It was of rupees 40, and it was designed by cuts from the outer side. And the last pen that we saw was Uniball I. It had a very thick tip, and it was written very smoothly, and it also made the handwriting look very beautiful because of its thick point or tip. And it was for rupees 60, and it was really smooth. Then we went to the section where we found files. We saw a normal file first. It was like a doctor file, the files that doctors usually give us. It had a spring, and it was like a normal file, and it was green color from outside, and the material looked pretty good. It was for rupees 80. The next file we saw was it was a normal file that usually people use for projects in school. It was transparent, and it was of really good quality, and the quality was very nice, and it seemed as if it could stay for a long time without being worn and torn. The cost of the transparent file was rupees 47. The next file we saw was similar to the previous file. It was of rupees. It was transparent. next file we saw was similar to the previous file, but it was translucent and that it was not of such great quality. It was of ₹30. And the next file we saw was really fat and it was huge and it had a great length and breadth, and it looked as if it was used to store documents. The price of it was rupees 165 and it was really fat and double. The next stamps, we saw a stamp which was circle. It was for ₹75. We saw a small rectangle stamp that was for ₹75 as well. It is but the small rectangles did not have much area, and it can be used only to write one's name on it or print one's name on it. And the big rectangle, it was similar to the small rectangle. It was just larger in length and width.